my daughter said. Old people don't need money. She learned that judges don't share her opinion. I never imagined that the most painful betrayal of my life would come from the person I once carried in my arms. My name is Eleanor Whitman. I am 68 years old, born and raised in the Midwest. And for over 4 decades I worked quietly as a public school librarian in Dayton, Ohio. I was never rich, but I was careful. Every paycheck I saved a little. I skipped vacations, bought second-hand furniture, and cooked most of my meals at home. That money wasn't just dollars in a bank account, it was my sense of safety. My husband, George, passed away after a long battle with cancer. When he died, the house became too quiet, too empty. That was when my daughter, Rachel, suddenly became very involved in my life again. Rachel was 35, ambitious, confident, and always believed she deserved more from the world. Growing up, she was intelligent but impatient. She wanted results fast and hated limits. Still, she was my child, and I loved her without conditions. After George's funeral, Rachel began calling daily. She brought groceries, helped me set up online banking, and insisted on organizing my finances. "Mom, the world is digital now," she said. "You shouldn't be stressing over passwords and statements." I hesitated, but grief makes you tired. Trust becomes easier when you're lonely. Gave her access. First, everything seemed fine. Then came the little changes. A withdrawal here. A transfer there. When I asked her, she brushed it off. "Medical bills," she said once. "Just moving money around for better interest," she said another time. I wanted to believe her. 6 months later, my bank balance didn't make sense anymore. I remember sitting at my kitchen table, sunlight falling on the old wooden surface George and I once polished together, staring at my laptop screen. My hands were shaking. The retirement fund I had built over 40 years, nearly $180,000, was almost gone. Called Rachel immediately. She arrived annoyed, not worried. "Mom, why are you panicking?" she said. "You don't even go anywhere." Then she said the sentence that shattered something inside me. "Old people don't need money. You're retired. You're not living anymore. You're just existing." I felt my chest tighten. That money was meant for hospital visits, prescriptions, emergencies. It was meant to protect me from becoming a burden. And my own daughter dismissed it as unnecessary. When I confronted her about the missing money, she didn't deny it. "I used it," she said casually. "I needed it more than you." She had bought a luxury SUV, renovated her kitchen, taken 2 international vacations. I later found photos online. Her smiling on a beach in Mexico, captioned, "Living my best life." I asked her how she could do this to me. She replied coldly, "One day it would all be mine anyway." That night, I cried until morning. But something changed inside me. I started documenting everything. Bank statements, text messages, emails. I contacted my bank and learned the words that would define the rest of this story. Elder financial abuse. In the United States, stealing from an elderly person, even a parent, is a serious crime. I contacted Adult Protective Services. They listened. They believed me. Then I hired an attorney. Rachel was furious when she received the court summons. She accused me of betrayal. "How could you do this to your own daughter?" she screamed over the phone. I answered quietly, "You did this to yourself." The courtroom was colder than I expected. Rachel walked in confident, dressed sharply, as if she were attending a business meeting. She smiled at her lawyer. She didn't look at me. When it was her turn to speak, she shocked everyone. "My mother is old," she said clearly. "She doesn't work. She doesn't need money. I was just using it productively." The room went silent. The judge, an older man with calm eyes, leaned forward. "Ms. Whitman," he said, "are you aware that your mother's age does not erase her legal rights?" Evidence was presented. Bank transfers, recorded conversations, social media posts, the vacations, car, the renovations. Rachel's confidence faded with every document. The judge ruled that Rachel had committed felony elder abuse and financial exploitation. She was ordered to repay every dollar. She was fined heavily. She received probation and lost any legal claim to future inheritance. Before sentencing, the judge said something I will never forget. Money is time. And stealing money from an elder is stealing their lifetime. Rachel didn't cry. She didn't apologize. She simply looked shocked, like someone who had never imagined consequences could apply to her. After the trial, people asked me if I felt victorious. I didn't. Felt free. Today, my finances are protected by court order. I live quietly. I drink my tea in the mornings and read books again. I learned a painful lesson, but one worth sharing. In America, respect for elders is not optional. And judges don't share opinions that deny dignity.